Today, I'm going to show you what it's going to take to rank a junk removal business in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm going to show you what it's going to take to compete or even overtake the top junk removal services ranked on Google in that particular area. I'm going to go through search volume, exactly the market out there to see how many people are actually looking for junk removal services on Google in that particular area and see if it's even worth your effort to actually go in there and do business in that particular area. I'm going to show you the steps that I use, some free tools that you can do yourself to do a little research in your particular area for the business that you're trying to start in your area. So let's get started. What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again with Do-It-Yourself Junk Removal SEO, where I help junk removal businesses, dumpster rental companies, small business owners understand the internet, understand SEO, Google listings, and websites to help them help their business get found on Google, which equals more money in their pockets. What people call them for their services. So we're going to go through junk removal in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're going to take a look, and I'm going to show you the steps that I take to find out my competition, what it's going to take to overtake them, what it's going to take to rank a website, outrank the Google listing in that area, and let's get cracking. All right, the very first thing I'm going to do is actually just look for the search volume. See if it's even worth building a junk removal website, junk removal business in that particular area. More than likely it is, but this is going to give me some hard data so I can know what types of searches people are doing on Google, what actually they're typing into Google. So what I do is I type in junk removal Myrtle Beach, and I go down here and look for the first website that is not a big giant corporate website, like Junk King, 1-800-Junk, or one of those directories like Yelp. And the first one I see is right here. So I click on that and copy the domain address, go onto the Hoth search engine rankings. I'll provide the link here in the description. And I'm going to pop that URL right into here, hit search, and it's going to show me what causes that website to show up on Google. And from there, we can start doing a little research and find out which words we can start building our junk removal website around. And I can see right here is junk removal Myrtle Beach SC. Those four words are searched 70 times a month. Again, this is just a free tool, just gives you a rough estimate. I got other tools that I have to pay for monthly, but just I did this really quick behind the scenes, and it gets a lot more than 70. I'll tell you that right now, and different variations of it, like junk removal Myrtle Beach junk removal. But this gives you a rough idea. The search volume's there. There's enough to get business going out there. But so that's what you need to do is look that up. So the search volume's there. You got plenty of business for junk removal in that area. Let's move on to the Google listings. So the very first thing I'm going to look for is I'm going to type in junk removal Myrtle Beach right there. And the very first thing I'm going to look for is because this is what your customer is going to be looking for. It's going to show, I'm going to see who shows up here in the Google listings in the top 3 map pack. And right away, I see college hunks, the big giant corporate junk removal service and stuff like that. We're just going to disregard that one. It's very difficult to beat that one. So we're just going to go aim at these two right here. And the very first one I see is Swick Junk Removal and Hauling. And what causes a Google listing to rank? There are several factors. Number one, making sure your Google listing is filled out all the way completely, all your services, all your information, your hours, your description, all that stuff, loading up good pictures, all that good stuff. Make sure it's filled out completely. Next thing you want to look for, and once you get this listing, is to start getting some reviews. You start getting reviews on Google, and I can see right away they got 25 reviews, as well as this guy here has 42. Because when you're getting reviews, Google sees the activity on there, sees there's life on their Google listing, and since Google likes its own properties, like Google's listings here, the more they see on there, the more they're going to favor businesses got more activity on there. So this clearly has listings on here. And also, there's other things you can do. Like you see, there's a bunch of pictures on here. They got a bunch of pictures on there. And another thing that they do is been posted. Another thing you have to do with your Google listing once you get it going is be active on it. Put some posts on there. Treat your Google listing as if it was its own website. And I've seen these people are actually posting up things on their Google listing, which again creates activity, creates interaction with people, the customers, and just Google itself. It senses all that stuff. So this is one of the things you're going to have to do. So you're going to have to match this person in every aspect that they're doing here on their Google listing. Another thing you need to look for is the business citations. How often is their business name, their business address, and business phone number spread out and mentioned somewhere online on just anywhere? And a quick way to do that is to go ahead and go and type in just their name onto Google and their phone number, just to do a quick search. That's just to give you a quick feedback as to how many what do you call it, business citations they have online. You can see right away, of course, they have their Facebook page, they got a Yelp listing, Yellow Place, Alignable, Twitter, MapQuest, YouTube. Let's see what else they got going on here. Looks like they got 20, but again, there's a bunch out there that Google just disregards because they're duplicates. But it looks like they have a lot of business citations. So pretty much you're going to have to match them in all those aspects on that Google listing in order for you to compete and possibly overtake one of those top spots in the Google Map listing. Now that we got that covered, big quick overview on that, let's move on to the websites underneath the Google listing. Okay, the next thing we're going to look for is the websites underneath the Google listings. I forgot to mention on the previous little section, another thing you have to look for in the Google listings is check the website that's connected to the Google listing to make sure it's even mentioning the words junk removal Myrtle Beach somewhere throughout the website. And I do see it in their email address. I was taking a look at this here on here. Myrtle Beach junk removal, all that stuff. So it does mention that on there. So you got to make sure your website is going to have those words on there, which is more likely this when you get started. That's what you're going to do anyways. So let's go ahead and take a look at the websites underneath. My theory, my thing is that when you're starting your junk removal business or any type of business, your idea is to get your business found here in the map listings as well here in the search results right here. And the reason that you want that is because you're going to cover a lot more real estate on that first page of Google. So that people see your business listed here and see it listed here, the more credibility you have, the more your customers are going to click onto your business. And if you're sprinkling in a few Google AdWords at the top too, you are just going to completely cover that first page of Google for your junk removal services in that particular area. So again, we're going to look for the top website here. And one of the first things we're going to do is click on it and take a look at all the information on the site. And right away, I did notice that this website is the same website on here. So this guy's he's got it made. Whoever this guy's got working on his stuff, or if he did it himself, he's got it made. But doesn't mean you can't beat him or overtake him, or at least compete with him. So what causes a website to rank on Google? It's pretty much the same formula over and over and over again. It's your title tag, meta description, H1 title tags, H2 title tags, and content of the website. And of course, age, one of the huge factors that nobody really talks about. So right away, I clicked on their site. I put it on domain age checker. I'm going to provide a link here on the description. I click on there, hit submit, and it's going to tell me how old this domain is. 2 years, 200, so basically 3 years. This domain is 3 years old. That's one of the reasons it's ranking at the top. The older domain name, the better chance you have your website to rank. So if you have a domain out there, you've had it for a long time, you got a better chance of ranking that pretty quickly as compared to a brand new one. Google doesn't trust brand new domain names. It takes a while for it to build that trust with them. So that's for one of the first things. Beating them in age is going to be a little bit different, not too tough because only 3 years compared to somebody who's been 10 years old. So that's not too bad of a competition right there. Next thing you want to do is click on here, copy the domain address again, and then go to Seoscan.org. I'll provide a link here in the description as well. Pop it into this right here into the search bar there. Click Analyze, and it's going to show you if this guy's following the rules with his website. So his title tag, does it mention junk removal Myrtle Beach? It sure does. Junk removal Myrtle Beach right there in the meta description. Does it mention those words as well? Junk removal company Myrtle Beach. So there you go. H1 title tag. He's missing the H1 title tag. So that's one thing you could beat him on. And then the H2 title tag, it's got too many of them. Usually you need about 2, 3, maybe 4. And on your H2 title tags should have information that basically reminds Google that, look, I'm a junk removal business in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So they got too many. They do mention it here right there. And let's see what else they got going on. Now let's take a look at the content on their page. Looks like they got quite a bit of content. Really well done. Looks like they got plenty of content on there. So it's going to be tough to beat, but it can be done. Yep, quite a bit of content. Let's take a look at the number of pages they have. Nope, just one page. Testimonial. Contact us. So that's another thing. So they got only one page, 2 pages. That's another thing you can beat them on. So all you have to do is beat them on all of this stuff. And my theory is less but better. Have less stuff, but your stuff is better. So I'm going to give you a quick example of how I would redesign a website for this particular area. There's a guy I'm helping out with his website here recently. I built a website just like this. So it provides plenty of content, quick calls to action, junk removal, Haverhill, Massachusetts. In this case, I would just put junk removal, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And that's the title tag there. Here's the H2 title tags. Here's another one. You can see that. More H2 title tags. And that's pretty much it. And then good content. Start building some pages. About contact services. Still working on the site. Still got more pages to build. Simple WordPress website should be enough to beat a page like that one on there. So other than that, you don't really need too much to beat this website. And then, of course, if you have your Google listing attached to this website, it's also going to help your Google listing rank with that website, both of them going along to the search results. So that's pretty much what it would take. On a scale of 1 to 10, a difficulty of ranking a business in junk removal, Myrtle Beach, California. For me, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's a 2, maybe 3 in difficulty. Wouldn't be too tough to do. Just get a website set up, create your Google listing, make sure you get the address in the actual city of Myrtle Beach. Built a good website, optimize your Google listing, start getting some reviews, give it a few months, let everything marinate. And with time, as long as you're doing a good job out there kicking ass with your junk removal business, you are going to get ranked into Google and eventually overtake or at least compete with some of these people here on the Google search results. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys want to learn more about this stuff, some of my trainings that I offer to help you do this stuff on your own, saves you thousands and thousands of dollars from people having to hire a digital marketing agency, people to build your websites, all that stuff. I'm going to be having courses that'll show you how to build a website from scratch, step by step, and then also do your SEO from scratch, step by step. So you guys can do this completely on your own. That's all I got for you guys for now. Till next time.